So, if you use Will Smith to get people interested in your teaser trailer, maybe Will Smith should be in the teaser trailer. I'm just saying. But he's not. But there's still a lot here to love, to really love. I got excited watching it. But upon closer inspection, there are a lot of mistakes that are obvious and, quite frankly, shouldn't be being made out of the gate, right? I shouldn't be able to find this many mistakes in the teaser trailer. It's like someone should just sit Guy Ritchie down and say, "You've really lucked out, Guy." I'm on a first name basis with him. I'm like, "Hey, Guy, you've got the animated movie. It's no secret what everybody wants. They just want this, only heightened. You can layer in some sophisticated story elements, but bottom line, you gotta give me this. Don't try and rework it. Don't try and make it, your own. Nobody wants that." And I do still feel that Guy Ritchie is the biggest hurdle to this movie. Hopefully not an insurmountable one. So let's break it down. All right, and I actually found a decent amount of stuff for us to discuss. And I'd say it's 60% problems, 40%, oh, I love it. All right, so we start out on the dunes. Now, we've been looking at a lot of sand lately. We just saw almost this exact same shot in the Aquaman 5-minute extended video, right? But with the sand, Tatooine, of course, right? And the way they so many Star Wars planets, quite frankly. And the way they slowed the music down to almost be unrecognizable. That's another thing. Hey, guys, why don't we make the opening bars of this song not recognizable? Wouldn't that throw people for a loop? I mean, as soon as the music starts, I shouldn't be like, "What is this?" I should be like, "Oh my God, it's Aladdin." That's what you want the audience to do. They should be telling everybody next to them, "This is the Aladdin trailer. This is it. Get ready. Pay attention. Get off your phone." You should never be on your phone in the movies. But that's what you want. But I was thinking Star Wars when this started, and you don't want that kind of brand confusion. But then hold on, I went back to the original story in just a moment. So you go over the dune, and there, we get biblical, right? With not 3, but 4 wise men? Nope, it's an impressionable Ute and the 3 criminals, quite frankly, who've abducted him and taken him out the desert to get whacked. That's essentially what's happening, right? But I like it, I like it and I don't like it. I do like the biblical elements to it. I'm like, ooh, what's going on here, right? But then, because I feel like first Star Wars, then the Bible, the whole time I should be squarely in an Aladdin camp. I feel the whole trailer, maybe it's a shy to do it. Maybe it feels it wouldn't be appropriate to go full Arabian. But again, that's what we want. I want the full Arabian, right? I want the full Arabian. That's what I've ordered. And I make no apologies for it. That's what this movie's supposed to be. All right. Some of you might be like, "What more do you want? Grace on freaking camels." Now, I loved when the bird shadow came in because I was like, "Oh, Iago." And I do believe it isn't Iago. He better freaking talk. I'll just say that, okay? I'm a little nervous about it, to tell you the truth, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But I did absolutely love seeing him come in. That's how beloved character he is. All right, even after the whole Gilbert Gottfried scandal. All right, there he is again. Oh, he's going far away. He doesn't get a camel either, right? So there's Agrabah, but I gotta say, it looks Star Warsy too. That is not a particularly clean city. They said it was a port city for some reason in the description that came out in the press release. They were like, "The port city of Agrabah." And I was like, I don't remember it being a port city. Why does it need to be a port city? Just so Guy Ritchie wants to shoot on the docks like he always does? Whatever. It looks dirty and techie to me, not like the shining city in the middle of the desert that Agrabah is supposed to be. In fact, the desert kind of looks dirty, and I blame all this dirtiness on Guy Ritchie, right? He's like, "It's real," and I'm like, "No, it's not real." Well, everybody's dirty but Aladdin, which one of you pointed out, which I think is interesting. I'm like, how is he not dirty in the middle of all this dirt? I mean, he should be dirty, and everything else should be really clean, emphasizing how he doesn't fit in. Instead, he's like what? He's like the Felix from The Odd Couple of Agrabah. They're like, "That's one clean kid, boy. What a weirdo." So this is very cool, all right? Hold on, this is nice. I like this. Why is such a long fade to black? We got other stuff we got to look at here. All right, so there you can clearly see the coloring. He's not just any bird, it is Iago. And I never realized how good he was for camouflage before, right? That's pretty cool. So he goes up, he's flying over Agrabah at night, which looks a little better at night, right? Because it's dark and it hides, the city doesn't look as good as it should. So he's going up into the night sky. Oh, you can barely see him. And then, oh, look, what a great way to transition. He's out in the middle of the desert already. That's very well done. And I love, we've seen this before, and I did a video actually on it, on some artwork, some they had what do you call it? Let's have them go all the way in. There we go, gorgeous shot. They had some art, some prep work for the trailer, for the movie, and I love this this perspective that this thing in the foreground creates. I like it a lot. I think it's great. It's like not just in the middle of the desert, it's like beyond that ridge. I like it. It also reminds me of Last Crusade with the way the Cave of Wonders is built into the side of a mountain. Now there are 4 individuals there. I don't know who they are. It's supposed to be just 2 in Iago, quite frankly. They have given Jafar a henchman, but I don't know who the 4th person is. But you can totally see who Jafar is, by the way. At least he looks very accurate. He's got the feather, from the feather in the hat to the snake staff, the cobra staff. I'm very happy to see that. And I think the Cave of Wonders, by the way, looks great. So Iago's like, am I late? So we have the Cave of Wonders speak, very authentic, love it. He's saying the speech that we all remember, right? And they changed the way the entrance looks. In the original animated movie, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit grander, a little bit more theatrical, let's say, right? This though, I like this. First of all, I like the molten rim, like this thing just it melted to go away. I mean to appear, for the rock to go away. So I think that's cool. And I also like that it looks like a throat. Right? Now I really feel like Aladdin's climbing down this tiger's throat. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great choice. It's I like it. It has a little bit of a horror feel to it. I think it's excellent. So he's like, oh, it looks dirty in here. How am I going to keep myself sparkling clean? So we go in here. More, too long. Give me more stuff. Especially if you're not going to be blaring the music. Okay, so there's the Cave of Wonders. I tried to find carpet. Couldn't see him in there. Looks great. Looks like it's got a lot of loot in there. I'm liking the way it looks. I was so impressed with, my eyes lit up like a boo. I was so happy with all the treasure in there that it didn't dawn on me until I was going through this for the shot by shot that they've put the lamp in the main treasure room. What the hell? It's supposed to be in its own room. The presentation's very important. It's like, again, the grandeur of the reveal of oh, what's in this room? This is such a vast room, but there's only one piece of treasure in it. That's how great it is. Why put it in the same room? I mean, this is all green screened. They're not oh, we don't want to build that room. You don't have to. Just stick Mena Massoud on a couple of little plaster rocks in front of a giant green screen and render me something magnificent, like Aquaman, right? This looks very pretty. I feel cheated out of extra rooms in the Cave of Wonders. That's the only issue. And I also like, by the way, that there is both a light and a sound highlight. We're not doing sound here, but they had a little bit of the orchestra, ping, and they were like, oh, that's what you want. That's what you want, boy. All right, boy. All right, so then we cut. Here comes the Aladdin thing. I like this. It's very exciting. At first, I thought that the part of the A was the saber, but it looks like Disney chickened out on that. I'm like, come on, give him a saber. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's saber-esque, so maybe it's they're like, oh, it's a saber, but we don't want to get in trouble with some families, right? But I wish it was just a straight-out saber. I mean, if you want to get, as I said in my trailer reaction, Disney wants to make sure guys are interested in this. Stick a knife in the logo. That'll work. Okay. All right. So then we go to our money shot. We finally see a character, and it's the character. It's Aladdin. It's Mena Massoud as Aladdin. And I double checked when I was editing my trailer reaction. And yes, in this shot, Abu is not on his shoulder. As many of you pointed out, he's about to get the ruby, right? Although in a different room? I don't know. But anyway, also Aladdin's serious also at this moment. But he has a little bit more look of wonder. It's interesting. Somebody said, I don't like to compare movies like this, but I think in this case it's appropriate. Someone said, oh, the Captain Marvel trailer was underwhelming. I was like, what's with Disney lately? The Captain Marvel trailer was underwhelming. This one's underwhelming. And I think in some ways they're underwhelming for the same damn reason, and that's that they have expressionless leads. I can't believe that someone wasn't like, cut! Mena Massoud! I'm sorry, you must just be nervous because this is like the biggest job of your life and you haven't realized. And like, come look at the playback video because you got no expression on your face and you're about to have your life changed. You know, some weird guy stuck you down the throat of a tiger in the middle of a desert. You don't know what's happening. I think at this point you're supposed to have met Carpet. I don't know if they've stuck to that timeline. So you're already like, what's happening here? And now you're about to grab this mystical lamp, right? I mean, this is what they told you to go down there and get. This is it. Then you can leave if you get this, right? And they told you can only touch the lamp, right, when you go down there. So the very specific instructions. I'm not seeing any of that on Mena Massoud's face. He should be like alive, you know. His eyes should be electric, and they're dead, quite frankly. All right, now let's talk about the way he looks. Right now, some of you pointed out extraordinarily clean. I mean, even his hands. Like he's like, did he wash his hands before he went down there? They're like, oh, welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Here's the guest bathroom. Would you please just wash up to make sure you don't sully our treasure? Also, that hat. We are very big fans of the original animated movie. So it's gotta look like that. If you can make slight adjustments, but that hat looks nothing like, the fez that Aladdin is wearing in the original film. So it bothers me, I gotta tell you. Someone pointed out, and I think this is totally true, another one of you, why isn't he shirtless underneath the vest? That's the look. If the animated movie can do it, if Riverdale can do it, Riverdale makes a lot of money off of shirtless teenagers. Why can't Aladdin? And then also, not only is he not shirtless, but he seems to have a shawl on over a short sleeve men's shirt. I mean, when you think about it, maybe they have to be careful for religious communities in the Middle East. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm sure that's what it is. But this guy looks like the nerdiest kid at the mosque. Like, I've seen many Middle Eastern, men who are dressed quite fashionably, and I don't think anybody would look at we've talked a lot about how representation, and Riz Ahmed recently gave a really good comment on The Daily Show about diversity being just kind of like tokenism, but we want representation. Representation is what's important. And representation means when you look at it, you go, hey, that's me, or I'd like that to be me. I don't see a lot of people, pulling a Black Panther or a Wonder Woman saying, that's me, right? I don't see that relatability or aspirational factor. I think it's a problem. But I have to say, in Mena Massoud's defense, I've seen pictures of him on set that he personally tweeted. He looked a lot cooler. So maybe the genie, maybe Will Smith will give him a makeover. That could be really cool. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see it. I mean, Aladdin was really cool to begin with. I mean, how do you think why Jasmine liked him right off the bat? But I mean, he's supposed to get a makeover to Prince level. Not like interim makeovers, right? So I'm disappointed in that and quite a bit. All right. And then, as everyone has been saying, that's the cursed Memorial Day weekend release date for Disney, but they're going with it. Also, there's some very important credit there. Pasek and Paul. New songs by Pasek and Paul, the team behind The Greatest Showman. So that's very, very exciting. They could really make a big difference as well. Look at Will Smith getting credited there. Oh, he's the only actor credited. And he's not in the trailer. That's ridiculous. All right, so what did you think? I'm very curious. What do you think of, do you want to see a lot of changes from the original? What do you think about what we discussed? How do you think Aladdin looks? Write your thoughts down below. Also, this is another thing. If you're from the Middle East, I think we'd all be particularly interested in your thoughts on this in terms of representation. Does Aladdin look like the kind of cool guy you want representing the Middle East, right? And is the shirtless, you think, because of religious aspects, having to put a shirt on him? Okay, write your thoughts down below. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.